Good morning. Good morning and welcome to July. Yes, July 2nd. And wow, mid-year. Wow, can you believe it? We got through the first 6 months of 2020. A lot of high hopes. You know, the whole thing 2020, clarity, vision. Well, didn't we get a surprise? And it continues to unfold. But I'm really glad you're here today or whenever you're viewing and sharing some yoga with me because I'm so grateful for this 20 plus years of yoga and the gifts it's given to me. And more than just feeling stronger and more flexible and the breathing and all the wonderful things, but the wonderful philosophy that reminds me every day to live it, And of course, I have my diversions, detours, tangents. We all do. We're human. Okay, we have to remember we are human and we're here to experience and to grow. Yeah, so as long as we need to keep growing, we're going to keep getting some little lessons. Yeah, so that's okay. All right, that's why those are also gifts. So today, Thursday, July 2nd, as we enter into the 4th of July weekend, safely. I hope you're all going to be sheltering in place and maybe a barbecue at home. Yeah. So we're gonna focus a little bit starting on the shoulders. Who doesn't get tight shoulders? Oh yeah, yeah. And we have a body and things happen constantly. The hips and the low back, maybe this side, maybe that side, maybe the shoulders, maybe you get a little thing in the neck, and when you wake up on the wrong side, you slept wrong, or you did something, and you kind of tweak something. But you know what? If you are healthy and your body has been working nicely with some yoga and stretching and strengthening, you will recover very quickly. You won't stay in those places. Your body will come back. It wants balance. It wants to feel good. So, shoulders, okay, shoulders. And I talk about shoulders all the time because, oh my goodness, they get tight. And if you're doing a lot of sitting and hunching over, um, over the computer or the iPhone or reading or whatever you're doing, okay, there's a tendency to kind of slump a little bit, slump. So we want to open up. Okay, remember your spine has two sides. There's the front spine, the anterior, the inside spine, and the outside, the posterior. So we want them to be really flexible, have a lot of mobility, range of motion. So when we do our yoga, we do little back bends, which opens up the front and the back this way. And of course, forward bends, but we do it with a dog tilt. So we always want that spaciousness between the vertebrae. I love the analogy of a strand of pearls. Okay, so in between each pearl is a knot, and the knot protects the pearls from rubbing, because if they rub and they're real pearls, they'll start to disintegrate. Oops, the same with your vertebrae. Okay, so we want to keep things juicy and keep the spaciousness and healthy. So there's no compression and all the things that can come from that. So please set up like this. Please have a block and a strap handy. Okay, I hope you have one by now. If you don't, you should. I do have a few for sale if you're in the neighborhood of Santa Barbara-ish. I do have some blocks and a few straps, okay? And I have a few mats, but they're thin mats, okay? So lie back. I'm going to show you how again. And let the support. Now, if you don't have a bolster, you can do it with blankets, okay, or towels. But really, I say this a lot, don't I? Bolster is such a great investment for you, okay? So you lie back. Your head rests at the back end of the bolster on a pillow or a blanket or towel. And I'm going to leave you there for a few minutes, okay? And I'll be quiet, I promise. Okay, I'll show you. If you already know, then go ahead and get set up. Okay, hi, Janice. Okay, you're going to love this today. Shoulders. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, let me get all my paraphernalia. So remember to always go slowly into the poses. Don't rush. Okay, there's no hurry. And even transitioning in and out of the pose is part of the yoga practice. Okay, so like getting in and out of your car is part of driving, isn't it? So sit a little in front of the bolster or whatever you're going to lean back onto. And cat tilt. Remember cat tilt? So the cat tilt, the tailbone lengthens up toward your knees. And then I want you to lean back and lift and elongate the back and the front spine and let it rest onto the bolster support. And then you have to adjust what's under your head or neck. Okay, so depending on the tightness of your shoulders and your neck and your anatomy, okay, you may have to go a little higher with this or not. Just remember, you want the curve of the neck to mirror the curve of the low back. You don't want compression. So as you feel your neck, this is the cervical part of the spine, it should be smooth and elongated, like it's very soft. And feel that curve, okay? And then the base of your skull rests on the blanket. And you should be able to feel the curve of your spine, low back, the lumbar. No compression. And then just sort of wriggle your shoulders off to the side. Let your arms rest. Palms up, please. That helps to open up across the shoulders, across the collarbone. And just wait for a few breaths. At some point, you'll feel like it's just wonderful to stretch out your legs. So it's a Shavasana, yeah? Okay, so just let everything open up. Take a few nice deep breaths and then close your eyes and enjoy. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to join you for a minute. If you feel any compression, start again. Bend the knees, lift, tilt the hips forward and up. And when you're ready, stretch out the legs. So you can remain as you are. Feel how the breath goes a little deeper, maybe slows down as you slow down. And that's the idea. Start to transition into a modulated breath that's deep and full on the in and the out breath. You can feel it traveling, okay, all the way down and around, those billions of cells. And you'll find your rhythm. Those of you who've been practicing uh, for a while, you're probably already in your breathing pattern. Okay, so your body remembers, it becomes the habit, and it's a good habit. Okay. So I'm just going to take you to a few other little gentle stretches, and while you're here, you can keep the legs extended, stretched out, or you can bend the knees. Okay, so make sure you have clearance on both sides. And we're just going to bring the arms up off of the floor. Okay, so if you look from right to left, okay, it's like you're looking from hand to hand. Okay, about shoulder height. But make sure you're keeping the shoulder blades and the shoulders themselves relaxed over the bolster. And we're going to bring the arms upwards toward the ceiling. Keep the shoulders down. And interlace your fingers, okay? And then flip your palms inside out and gently stretch through the soft inner edge and through the heels of the hands, okay? Breathe. Keep the shoulders down. Deep breaths. And then we're going to bring the arms overhead. Do what you can. If you have shoulder issues and you can only go so far, just do what you can. Now, if you're feeling a stretch, it's one thing. But if you start to feel pain, that's what we do not want ever. So if it's shooting pain, you stop. If you're pushing into an old injury and it starts to really bother you, if you have shoulder stuff, don't push into that, please. Just go to your edge. If you can go behind you, that's great. Do what you can and breathe, kind of stretch. If you can also stretch out your legs. Oh, breathe. Breathe deep. Then you're going to release and stretch your arms out and then let them rest again on your sides. Again, if it's tweaking your low back, keep your knees bent. Okay, you have those choices. There's always options and ways to modify. Okay. Good. Now we're going to bring the arms up again. And we're going to bend the elbows and bring the forearms parallel to the floor. Can you see my arms? So we call it like, goal posts. When I lived in Arizona, they call them like cactus arms. Okay. So if you look from right to left, you're looking at your elbows reaching out away from one another, and your fingers are pointing to the behind you. Just kind of stretch across into the elbows. You might feel it right here. Okay, that's good. Okay, then bring the shoulders down just a little, get a little deeper stretch. Yeah, breathe. Breathe deep. And then we're going to stretch the arms behind us, interlace, the opposite interlace that you did before. Flip the palms inside out again. Do what you can. Okay, remember, whatever you can do is good. Deep breaths. If you can stretch your legs out or not. It's up to you. You don't want any tweaking in the low back. And you shouldn't if you're positioned properly, but if you do feel twinging, just bend your knees. And then the arms come up and out, press, push out, and let them rest. Nice passive stretches. Breathe deep. Full. Expansive. Good. Okay, and when you're ready, you're going to bend your knees. And you're just going to roll off of your support, whatever it may be, onto your side. Forgot to turn my timer off. And slide that out of the way. And come back onto your back, okay? And let yourself roll around, Sway from side to side, make big circles. Oh, it feels good. Okay. And in case our low back responded, maybe it's positive, just stretch out the left leg as you hold onto the right. Your feet are flexed. Okay, so and stretch those toes apart. So if you can reach comfortably the knee, that's fine. If not, if you pull your shoulders up, then hold the back of the thigh. Okay? Keep the shoulders moving away from one another toward the floor, toward the mat. Extend that left leg like you're standing on it. Good. About 5 breaths, okay? Your minute. And then we're going to alternate. When you're ready, alternate and stretch forward on the right. Bring the left in again. You can hold the shin or the knee, but not if it rounds the shoulders. Okay. So the right leg is engaged and the left leg is engaged. Both are energized. Good. Now we're going to lower the left foot with the knee bent. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. If you can get it just above the ankle bone, if not, it's okay. And wait for a breath or two. We're going to do some leg, it's called leg cradle. Leg cradle. Okay. And this is to get into a little more of the hips. Tight hips can radiate up to the shoulders, the neck radiates down to the shoulders, the low back, which goes down to the hips, which radiates down to the legs. So everything's interconnected. So here's what we're going to do. As you exhale, just gently lift that left knee in toward you. Exhale. And then inhale, bring it back to the mat. And again, exhale. Don't force it, just bring it to the edge and the length of your inhale. So you're synchronizing the movement and the breath. So nice exhale, third one or so. Okay. Inhale. And now we're going to exhale. Notice how the abdominals kind of move toward the floor. We're going to hold. Just breathe. Don't reach up. Just breathe, hold. You might feel it in the right hip, right in the center, in the glute, piriformis. That's okay. Breathe. Breathe. This is great to do on a wall, by the way. So this foot will be on the wall. Okay, and inhale and release. Good. Now, uncross, straighten the left leg, and do a reclining tree. So bring the right foot now, okay, against the inside edge of the left thigh. It can be anywhere. Avoid the knee if you can. That's not a good habit. So it can be the thigh or the calf or even the ankle. So if your hips are particularly tight, okay, wait a few breaths. And if you feel like you're being rolled toward the right because your hips are tight, you can put something under the right thigh or knee. It can be your bolster, a blanket, or a block. Okay? But wait a few breaths before you jump into making that decision. Okay? Some days you might be a little tighter, some days you may not. Okay? So allow your body to get there and then decide. And make sure it's uncomfortable pain before you start adjusting. Okay. All right, about 5 breaths. So this is a reclining tree. Great passive hip opener. Good. Now, after your 5 or so breaths, bring the right knee up. Bring in the left and cross the left ankle, right above the ankle if you can, over the right thigh, and just wait. So I'm immediately feeling a response in my quad. I'm a little tighter on the left these days. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to wait. And you can do this seated, by the way. All right? You can do this seated. You would be sitting in a chair. Your the right foot would be on the floor, and you would cross your left leg. Instead of bringing your knee in, you would lean into it. So let's take an inhale. As you exhale, just gently bring the right knee in. Inhale, lower. So again, you're coordinating your breath and your movement. So important. Okay? Breath and movement. You're getting the maximum support and the maximum benefit from the stretch when you bring your breath to it. There's no resistance. You are with you. And one more, and this time we'll hold. So maybe do 3 or 4, and then hold. Breathe. Flex your feet. Breathe. Breathe where you're feeling it. I feel it right in my piriformis. That's where I want to feel it, right in the center of my glute. Those are the muscles and tendons and ligaments help us do all the amazing things we do. Walk, we stand, we stoop, we kneel, we do so many. You garden, you play tennis, you play whatever, golf, whatever you do, just walking. Okay, good. And lower. Wait. Uncross. Now we're going to stretch the right leg, extend, and tree, reclining tree on the left. Okay? So feel like the sole of your foot is creating a little prayer. That's what we do in tree. And again, wait before you support. Put anything under here. Wait a few breaths. Give your body and your nervous system time. Breathe into it. And then, after several breaths, if it's really, really, really uncomfortable, or you're being pulled to the side, you're being rolled to the side, then support. Okay, you can use a blanket, block, or bolster. Okay. Keep this straight leg engaged. And we'll wait. Okay, 5 or so breaths. Up comes the left knee. Bending the right. We're going to tip onto our side again. When we're ready, let's come up to seated. Push up. Okay, head comes up last, remember. Okay, so get whatever support you need to sit comfortably. You can sit with your legs crossed, or you can sit in hero's pose, or if you have to sit with your legs straight. But whatever you do, remember alignment. Alignment. Okay? So take a moment, maybe just kind of shake it out. And if you're going to cross your legs, cross. Position, alignment, remember, neutral pelvis. And let's just do, before we sit, oh wow. So you up come the shoulders, inhale, and then reach back like you're rowing a boat. Just inhale and exhale. Ooh. Inhale and exhale. Oh yeah, okay. All right. Okay, let's just sit for a moment. Let your hands sit on the tops of your thighs. I encourage palms up, okay? But make sure your arms aren't pulling you forward if you're tight. You need to have a little bit of a dog tail. You should feel the curve of the lumbar, and the shoulders should feel like they're over your hip sockets, okay? So if you're being pulled forward, just bend your elbows a little, slide your hands back, okay? Yana Mudra, and the eyes closed. So lower the upper to the lower lids and go in for a few minutes. Find the breath always. Let's bring the hands to the heart and lower the gaze, sending love, light, healing to heart center. Yours, your loved ones, everyone, everywhere. So on Tuesday, I reminded and mentioned about a little another detail about breathing, which is probably the most important thing you can glean from a yoga practice is proper breathing. Okay, obviously we can't live without breathing. It's the key to all of your other systems, your respiratory system, obviously, your circulatory system, of course, because the oxygen travels through the bloodstream, and your lymphatic or immune system. Okay, so something else that we practice. Okay, you inhale, you just don't belly breathe. Okay, when you breathe deeply, you want everything to expand gently, fluff out, and then it's just this gentle, slow exhale. So it's everything is moving forward to back, side to side, corner to corner, edge to edge, and out to the extremities, of course. Okay, and we breathe through the nose so that the brain gets a lot of the oxygen. The brain requires a lot of oxygen. Okay, and we want that to be healthy. So the other thing is, as you inhale, you expand in all directions. And remember, you're going down. When you inhale, the diaphragm, okay, which separates the lower part of the organs in the heart, lungs, gently moves. It's like this drum, the skin on a drum, moves down and massages down, all those, your colon and all those other intestines and so forth. And as you exhale, it moves up and massages heart, lungs, and so forth. So you want to go deep. You just maybe visualize that beautiful movement. So as you inhale, as you exhale, I want you to feel like your navel is just moving not just in, but a little up. Encouraging the diaphragm to go a little more. Then inhale, so it goes down and out, around to the back. And as you exhale, just feel like there's just a little movement in and just slightly up. And this strengthens, okay, these muscles. And it's called a bandha. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. Okay, you don't need to remember that. But it's a lock, which I don't like the word lock, but in yoga there's three. One's at the perineum, the base, and one's here in your center, your abdominals, and the other is your chin. So maybe imagine a container with the bottom, the top, and then the center, and that's you, and you're creating a stronger container by using that movement for the breath. So inhaling, as you exhale, just like you're really moving gently. Don't squeeze, don't push, just gently lift and, okay? Good. Okay, stretch out your legs again. Wiggle your toes. Have a block, okay, handy. And let's start with our hip and rib rolls. Maybe you've already started. Put something under your knees. If you're on a hard floor, feel free to cushion, okay, yourself. And I know most of you know hip and rib rolls, and it's very juicy and very fluid. And just a reminder about the hand mudras, the hand positions. A mudra is a position, okay? So if you know it, go ahead and do it. I know Janice, I know you knew it, do it. I know whoever else is watching probably knows it. Let's do the little hair thing. So remember, bird hands, soft, bending at the knuckles, gentle fingertips into the mat, okay? Elephant, strong, fingers spread apart, lots of space between the webbing, strong connection. Earth, air, earth, air, earth, air, okay? And as you go into the air, you cut into this underside, into this muscular. And then the earth, you get into the outer. So you want everything moving, okay? Okay, go for it. breathe deep. Don't forget to breathe with the movements. Move those hips. And part of this, I would like you to do a baby lunge. Doesn't matter which side, because we're going to do both sides. And then the opposite arm. So if you start, let me start on the right. Will you start on the right? And then extend forward with the left arm in a bird hand. So you're stretching bilaterally. Oh boy. Breathe deep. At least 5 nice deep breaths for a minute. And then go ahead and, when you're ready, just alternate. So the left leg, or the opposite you did with the opposite arm. And it's a bird hand so that you gain this under edge, nice deep extension. Oh. Oh, yeah, isn't that great? If you need to take a little child's pose or rest in between, do that. If it's bothering your wrists, or just if you're feeling some tweaking in the wrist, just come on your forearms, shake it out. Okay, so make a little squeezing, like you're squeezing something, or circles. Okay, it's just, you just need to get some circulation. And then we're going to do cat dog. I want you to do your cat dog. This is the very other important movement. So the cat, remember, you turn the tailbone down and back, it rounds. And then the dog, lift the tailbone and extend forward. So eyes open or closed. And you can also, on the dog, curl the toes under. That encourages a little more opening across the shoulders and the neck. Notice how my neck is long and curved. I don't push up with my chin. I lift forward with my forehead, from my crown. And then turn the toes, back feet down, and for the cat, push into the floor with your shins, arms, and then extend. Okay, keep going. A little more cat dog. You can't do too much. And again, you can do this seated. Okay, if you're not getting on the floor on hands and knees, I know it's challenging for a lot of people. If you had hip replacements, knee replacements, arthritic things, whatever, just whatever that day, do it sitting, okay? And then you're not having to put pressure on the arms, but you can still do it, okay? Just do what you can. Anything's good. Okay, more cat dog. Keep going. Then we're going to do a little sequence. Do what you can, okay? So exhale back, sit back. This is called extended child's pose. Do what you can. So your shins stay parallel, dropping back toward your heels. Then we're going to come up on inhale. Reach up, use your legs. As you exhale, lower toward your heels and bow again. Inhale up onto all fours. And then bring the elbows in. Exhale, heart to the mat. Inhale, a little cobra, just a little, remember it's a cat, tilt. And then back to extended child's pose. So push back to the beginning. Take a resting breath if you need to, and we're going to go again. So inhale, we lift upward. Exhale. Inhale, push off. Exhale. Inhale, a little cobra. And exhale back. Use your breath. Use your breath to support the movement. And again, up we go. And lower. Forward. lower, little cobra. This time we're going back into a downward facing dog. So we'll start to come back, curl up, and up we go. Good, and first one. So play with the dog, bicycle legs, walking the dog. Oh yeah. I hear a few pops in my ankles. That's okay. Breathe. 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 And figure up forward, a plank, and then down dog. The inhale, strong arms. Down dog, exhale. Feel your navel lift you upward. Use your breath. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Little cobra. Back to down dog. Breathe. Take as many rounds of breath as you need to. Pause on inhales, move on exhales. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Strong legs. Cat tilt. Exhale. Back we go. So you're going to push off and step forward on the right into a lunge. So get there. And I'm going to turn myself around. You stay where you are. Find your block, okay? I'm going to turn myself around so I'm facing you. Okay. So remember that the knee aligns over just behind the heel. You don't push forward. You stay strong in the back leg. Your hands can be bird, knuckles, fists, or elephant, or on blocks. But we're all going to use a block under the left hand, any height. Okay, so I'm going to actually use this height because my arms are long enough and so forth. But actually, I should have stayed on the other side. Anyway, you're going to turn open to your right. So inhale, do nothing. As you exhale, take the right arm parallel to the floor. And then with each exhale, turning. Now remember, where do you turn from? You turn from your center. Okay? So go slow and deep. I'm going to turn toward you. Sorry about that. Sometimes that right left thing. So I'm not going to just turn as far as I can right away. Okay? And I want you to go slow and very deep because your body needs time to go and adjust. And you want all of your musculature, everything, organs, to come with you. And turning from your center, not your shoulder. Okay? You should see your right thumb. If it disappears, you've over-rotated and you've hyperextended, so bring it back. Okay, and then you're going to, about 5 breaths, and we're going to come into a down dog. Take your time, wait, lift your hips up and back. If it's okay with your shoulders and wrists, plank, and down dog. And we're going to step forward on the left and do the same thing, but push off, get that foot up there, walk it up, wiggle it up. Wait till you're in position, wait for a breath or so. Try not to anticipate what's going to happen next. That's when we hurt ourselves when we are. Okay, now the block, whatever height under your right hand, okay, shoulder over, just behind the wrist, fingers spread apart, and you do the same turning to your left, okay? So use the left arm to come parallel, and on your own, wait, exhale, a small tick. Wait, exhale. Wait, exhale. Don't lose sight of your left thumb. Keep the back leg strong. Your 5 breaths, 1 minute. And when you're complete, I'll meet you in a forward bend. Take your time, please. And take your time coming up. Push off with that back leg. Step up. Get your footing, and you're coming up in chair pose. So it's a little bit more of a cat tilt. Up we come. See the curve? I have a soft curve, a little bit of a cobra curve in my spine. My hips are back. I can see all the tops of my feet on my toes. Bring my arms up toward your ears if you can. Okay. Look up. Low chair. When your quads start to burn, inhale up and hands to the heart. Good. Okay. Okay, I think I'm almost right. So how you doing? And that's only like half an hour. You can do that every day. Okay? You can. I know you can. I know you all have time. Okay. So we did these on Tuesday, and I'll do them again. The strap. Okay? The shoulder stretch. Because I know some of you only come once a week. So this is to remind you, this is such a great stretch for the shoulders, especially done properly, of course. You need a strap or something like a strap, about 6 feet long, at least. And you're in mountain pose. Remember, first pose of yoga, mountain pose is always the default. So just keep reminding yourself over and over, and then you won't have to think about it. Your body just goes there. So, holding the strap, fingers are extended. Bring the shoulders back as if they're resting on that bolster. On your inhale, start to come forward and up. And as you exhale, start to bring the strap behind you. Let it slide. And you might hit an edge here. That's fine. Then inhale up and over. You might comb your hair. That's okay. Okay. Then pick up the slack and go again. So remember, you're making like a circle from the side. I'll do it from the side. Don't push into the shoulders to compensate either. Stay in your heels. So sometimes people do this. I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay in alignment. So forward and up and back. Let it go. See, it's like a circle. Not further in the waist. Keep it taut. And then coming up and over and back. Okay? Keep the hips stable. Don't rock the hips to compensate or go further. Okay, do a couple more. Reach back and up and over and forward. Okay? It's great. It's really great. If you have tight shoulders, you do something, you tighten up. This is a great stretch. Okay? When you're complete, okay, I want you to do some half sun salutes. Oh wait, not yet. Not yet. We're going to do some side sways. And then something else, and then half sun salutes, okay? So arms come up. Remember when we were on the bolster and we brought our arms overhead? Do what you can. The shoulders drop down. Stay strong in the legs. So we're going to side sway over as you exhale. Lift up and over to your left. Ooh, and up. And exhale over to the right. Don't let the shoulders roll forward. Bring them back. Okay, and keep the arms fairly parallel. Then up on an inhale, up and over to the left. Inhale, up and over to the right. Up and again. Breathe and up. Last one and up and up. And we do something else. Okay, just first of all, just kind of loosen up. Bend those knees. Breathe. So we're going to do this. Okay, you're going to go inhale and inhale. Inhale, bend those knees. Inhale. And again, and yeah, okay. Ooh, that feels good. Now half sun salutes. Now you're loose, you got the breath going, and stay in your own rhythm and half sun salutes. I'll remind those of you who may be fuzzy on the sequence. It's a half, Ardha is half, Surya, sun, Namaskar, salute. So again, reset always in mountain pose, and then bring the hands to the heart. This actually has a different name, but that's okay. Prayer position. Connect over and over with the rhythm of your breath. And when you're ready, you're probably already doing them. The inhale, the exhale, swan dive. Bend the knees a little. Fold into yourself. The inhale, half. The exhale, fold. The inhale, up we come, and to the heart. Okay? I'll do a side view, and I want you to continue in your own rhythm. This is just for those who may not recall all the details. So we stretch the arms out wide. Big swan dive. Dog tilt. Fold into yourself. Half. Dog tilt. And fold again. And up we go. Okay, and continue half sun salutes. I'll be back. What are we doing? Finish the one you're on. And then I want you to do a full sun salute on the right, a full sun salute on the left. Okay? So if you've been in my classes, I know you know the sequence. I'm going to go ahead and do one on each side as well, and I'm going to cue for those of you who may be a little fuzzy on the sequence. But those of you who know the full Surya Namaskar, sun salute, Surya Namaskar, go ahead and do the right side and the left side, okay? Now I'm going to do them, I'll cue, but you can ignore me if you know the sequence. The inhale, we start just like half sun salutes. Swan dive, fold, half, and fold. Stepping back on the right, down dog, exhale back. Plank, 8-point pose. Cobra on your forearms or hands. And back to down dog. Exhale. Stepping forward on the right. Get it up there. Forward bend. And up we come. And the left. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, Uttanasana, Dhanurasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Bhujangasana, up we go. If you finish, hang in there. Okay, great. Now, together. You inhale, arms overhead, and sway to the left. Up we go. Sway to the right. Up we go. Chair. Breathe. And then up and fold. Half. Go to your rhythm and fold. Step back on the right. And step back on the left. Down dog. A leg lift on the right. Breathe. Okay, inhale, exhale. Cobra. And back to down dog. Step forward on the right. Fold. And all the way up. And hands to the heart. And we're going to do the same on the left, okay? When you're ready, arms overhead, a little sway, up, and over, and chair or horseman, Chaki's pose. Inhale, fold. Step back on the left. Your down dog. Up comes the left leg. Ekapada. Plank. Lower to the mat. Cobra. Back to down dog. And up we go to the left. And push off. I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay. So you are more than welcome to do more sun salutes on your own. You're certainly not limited to what we do here. Okay? And I highly recommend you do every day. Some half sun salutes and sun salutes every single day. Okay, so now we're going to do some standing poses. And you have the option of using a block or not on some of them. I know that some of you may not have a block, or you might need 2 blocks because you need extra support. But it's just sort of another version of going a little, just a little deeper perhaps. Okay, but you have the choice to not necessarily use it. Okay, but I'm going to show you and do what you can. All right, and make sure I have enough space. Okay, put the block in your right hand. Mountain pose, hands on your hips. Look straight ahead. Take a leg length stance, not as wide as you can. Just maybe look down, 3.5 feet maybe. Okay. And we're going to pivot to our right. So turn on your heels one at a time. So you sort of turn at a 45-degree angle. And as I extend my arms out, my block is in my right hand, I'm going into triangle. So as a rule, what we do is we come over and we put our hand on our shin or thigh. Well, I'm going to go further and see if I can bring the block down by my heel ankle, rest my knuckles, fist, or hand, and then turn to my left. Now, if that just doesn't work for you, some of it's anatomical or just whatever, just do what we always do. Just put your hand on your shin. That's fine. This is just another possibility. The block should rest against your ankle or calf, and then turn open to your left like we always do. Okay, so here or here is fine. Breathe. Nice 5 nice breaths. Okay, remember you should see your left thumb. Don't over rotate. Steady gaze, steady breath. Your 5 or a minute, that's your rhythm. And then you're going to bring the block, up we go. You're going to pivot to your left. Put the block in your left hand. And we're going to go triangle on this side. So a little bit different sequence. Make sure, that way I know you're paying attention. Extend, over I go. Sides a little more open. And I'm going to slowly turn with each exhale. Turn on the exhales. And my arm can come up without over rotating. Okay, I'm on my fists, my knuckles. I'm feeling a little tightness here, but that's okay. I'm going to breathe into it. Okay, 5 breaths or your minute. Now we're going to do something a little different, so pay attention. We're going to come up. We're going to keep the block in your left hand. I'm going to pivot to my right and almost face the opposite wall. Way turn in. Right hand on my hip. Left arm with my block. I'm going to inhale forward and bring the block under my shoulder. And I'm going to start to turn. This is like we did in lunge, to my right. Exhale. So it's a twist in a triangle. It's very intense, so just take your time, do what you can. You definitely need a block or two for this, maybe a chair. Breathe. Keep your right hand on your hip. You're looking to the right. Okay, pay attention. As you inhale to release, bring the left arm up and over. Start to pivot to the left. I'm going to turn. I'm on a carpet. It's a little awkward. Put my block in my right hand. Turn and pivot to my left. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to bring the block down. So it's along right parallel to my left foot. And I'm going to turn to my left. So I'm in a triangle. I'm twisting in triangle. Okay, the back foot turns in quite a bit, okay? Be mindful of your knees. Breathe. Keep your left hand on your hip. Breathe. Do what you can. It's a little awkward. Now, when you come up, inhale up. Turn. Again. Put the block by your right foot. This is your longer stance. We're going to do warrior 2. Okay, warrior 2. You bend the knee, back leg, foot at 45 degrees, arms extend out. So notice where your spine is. You don't want to be leaning either direction. It'll be in neutral, hips in neutral. Let me fix everything. And gaze to the right. Warrior 2. Stay in your center. Don't push into to the right. Stay centered. And we're going into side angle from here. But if you have a block and you want to give it a whirl without, instead of bending your forearm, start to stretch forward from the hip crease. Reach into the horizon. Keep going. Follow your hand. And then the block is by your ankle, heel, and your arm and your calf pressed together. If that doesn't work, Just bring your forearm to your side like we always do. If you can do this, give it a whirl, and then you turn open again. Whether your hand is on a block, press your leg into your arm, or your forearm is on your thigh. And then the left arm slides alongside your ear. Okay, forward and alongside, like we've been doing the whole class. Breathe, stay strong in the back leg. Don't get too comfortable leaning into the right side. 5 breaths. Now you're going to come up with the block into warrior and pivot slowly to the other side. Put the block down and warrior 2. Good. Okay, get in your center. Feel the pose holding you. Wherever you're struggling, you're overextending. You're making it work too hard. So back off, recalibrate, breathe. Remember, it's like driving between the lines. You might hit the little bumper things if you're not paying attention. That's to remind you to come back between the lines. And we're going to do side angle here. So again, start by just reaching forward from here. Open up this side seam. Stretch toward the opposite side of the room and bring the hand, if you can get to the block, fine. Okay, you connect your arm to your calf. But if not, just bring your forearm like we always do. It's okay. And then extend. Ooh, nice deep stretch. So your arm is alongside your ear. It's not behind it. Breathe. Turn from your center. Breathe. Your 5 breaths. And then when you're complete, come up, back to warrior 2. Straighten, turn, and heel toe, back to mountain pose. And wait. Okay. So your breath might become a little more intense. That's okay. These are the heating poses. This is the sun energy, the Surya energy. It's the male energy. And this really does, if people don't think it gets your heart rate going, they are dead wrong. Okay? Now I want you to do a balance pose on your own. Okay? Hi, Lenya. Since we did a reclining tree, you can do a tree pose. Okay? Or you can work on half moon, or you can do other balancing just up and down and leg lifts and so forth, okay? I'm going to do a tree, but remember you can use something, a wall, or I had a chair with me on Tuesday for support, to catch yourself if you start to lose your balance. I suggest you come off your mat, whether you're on a carpet or a hard floor. Okay, the firmer the foundation, the better. You know, this is why we do yoga barefoot. Okay, because we want to feel the sensations of the earth and our feet and feel that energy supporting us. Okay, so remember, if you're doing tree, wait, okay, and you bring the leg up, turn it out, and then the foot rests either above, this is more advanced, I have more open hips than you do, maybe some of you, or the calf, or you can give it a little hitch with the hand, okay? So start there. Talking and doing this on carpet is challenging, even for me. It really is. So I have to look straight ahead or higher. Breathe. I'll do my calf. Create the prayer and the other prayer. Lift your elbows a little. Start with 5 breaths. Go to 8 if you're more advanced. And remember, the tree lifts its limbs to the light. Just like we had our arms overhead in the beginning and throughout, the shoulders melt, but the arms lift. We lift from the low ribs. If your arms are still straight and you can start to feel the hands touch, that's okay, but don't force it. After the 5, we come back to the heart. And I want you to bring the knee in. You can do the leg extensions. Barbie foot, little Barbie foot. Maybe, okay, my balance. And forward and behind you. 5 breaths. I'm skipping a little, but you get the drift. And then wait. So do both sides, okay? And if you're finished already, which you may be, try half moon or something else. And or do tree again. And for a couple minutes. While you're doing that, I just want to show some of the people who may not know what I'm talking about when I talk about Barbie feet or little high heel feet. Okay, so I'm going to do this like this. So, why are my feet white? It's because I walk every day, and it's my tan line. Isn't that funny? Can you see my tan line? That's exactly where the sock goes. I have these white feet. Okay, this is a flexed foot. While the rest of you are doing tree again, or half moon again, or something else, that's flexed. So you stretch, open the Achilles tendon through the sole of the foot to the toes. This is extended or pointed. So you flex and extend. So you got both edges. What's a Barbie foot? You flex, then you half flex, and you extend through the metatarsals like you're standing on the balls of your feet. Okay, let me show you again. You flex, then half. You don't want to close up the Achilles tendon, and then you stretch the toes back toward you. Now, I happen to have very high arches, okay, but so little high heels or Barbie feet is like so. So you're engaging, energizing. And this is the feet we do when we raise our legs up in the air. If you go into inversions, which we don't do here, but any kind of leg lift, it engages and lifts your energy up, okay? That's a little Barbie foot. Okay, I'll meet you in down dog, okay? I'll take you there, and then we'll slowly come down. We're going to do we have time? Oh, we do. We're going to do a dolphin, and you get to use those little Barbie feet. Really good for your feet, by the way. Okay, so, all right, don't do what I just did. I'm going to bring you to down dog. So always go through the sequence. Take your time, stepping back and back. You may want to hold down dog. It's such a great pose. It's wonderful. Stretch, feel everything open up. And then you're going to lower the knees. Keep the toes curled under, shins parallel, and you're going to come onto your forearms. Notice that my hips are still over my heels. We're going to do dolphin. Okay, dolphin. Okay, dolphin is like down dog pretty much on your forearms, but we have to get the position of the arms properly. So in order to make sure my elbows are under my shoulders, I wrap my palms around my elbows, my palms, not your fingertips, your palms, or around your biceps. And if visually you can see your shoulders over your elbows, then you keep them there. And then you interlace your hands, your pinkies curl one the other, and you bring the heels of the hands apart. Your palms are not touching. So if you look down, you have a triangle, and your knuckles are very strong. Your fingertips are gently touching the back of the opposite hand. I like to press my thumbs together. So you have this strong triangle, which is a very strong foundation. And then you look back toward your knees. Take a nice deep inhale, puff up your back body. Exhale, up we go. I'll bring my feet a little forward. Lift up. Your skull does not touch the mat. Okay? Keep the forearms firm. Breathe. You're in dolphin. If you want to do a diving dolphin, You do like a plank. To do that, you bring your chin over or just beyond your thumbs and then exhale back. Don't worry about where the heels go. Keep the heels of the hands apart. Inhale, exhale. This gets into a whole other part of the shoulders. Inhale, hold if you can, breathe, stay strong legs. And I'm going to give you a break, bring the knees down, and take a child's pose. A little child's pose, so rest. Okay, maybe wiggle your shoulders. You go ahead and do child's pose. The teacher never gets to rest as much as you do. Okay, and then we're going to do one more dolphin with a leg lift. And you're going to get to practice that little high heel Barbie foot again. It's really good for your feet, by the way. It's so good for your feet. Yeah. And I don't care if you have bunions or calluses or whatever you've got. Okay, you got to take care of what you've got. Check your alignment always. Hips over knees. Interlace. Always go through this cycle, the sequence. Always, always, always. Okay, make sure you've got the triangle. Use your out breath. Up we come. Breathe. Let the head relax. It's an inversion. Now we're going to leg lift. So the right leg comes up, just like we do in down dog. So it's a Barbie foot. Flex, half flex. Stretch the toes apart. Breathe. You want to go a little deeper, you can try a plank. And down dog or dolphin. And down. Okay. And up. I'm going to give it a whirl. Back. And down. Okay, do what you can. And then a nice resting pose. Whatever version of a resting pose you can do. Okay, and let the breath settle a little bit. So your body wants to recalibrate. It's always trying. We just need to give it the space to do that. So it can absorb and learn and remember and get stronger, not stress. Okay. Good. Now I want you to sit back on your heels. Slide your legs out in front of you. Have your Shavasana goodies ready. Yes. You always know that that's coming. Okay. And whenever you lie back, support yourself with the exhale. Yay. And roll around. Thank yourself. Remember to always thank yourself. Send a little gratitude to yourself. Thank you, body. Thank you for all the amazing things you do. You walk, you sit, you take me from place to place, even if you have issues. Okay? We don't think about it until we have an injury, do we? You know? So, be nice to yourself. And just in case, you know, I overdid it a little, just gentle, extending one leg, breathe. Maybe you're doing something else for yourself. Listen to your body impulses. Remember, we do pose and counter pose. We do one thing, we flex, and then we do one thing and the opposite. That brings us to balance. Okay? And life and activities can throw us mentally, emotionally, and physically out of balance. And do the other side. Again. Sorry, allergies. Don't worry. All these weather changes we're having and lots of wind. Of course, the gardeners love to use the blowers. So everything blows and the wind comes. It's very interesting. Do both of those. Okay. And then do something on your own before we go into the twist. Maybe do a supported bridge with your block. Okay. That's a good one. So I'll do that. You can also do Happy Baby. We'll do supported bridge, okay? We'll just do this for a minute. This feels so good. So it's a back bend, obviously. And this is a passive bridge, supported bridge. So you're doing a back bend without straining. We've been doing those throughout, very gentle. If you need something just to rest sometime and your back's bothering you, this is great. This or Baby Cobra. Remember, the block sits right above the tailbone and just below the waist. So you don't feel, again, you have this, this wonderful opening space. So you can stay here as long as you want on your own. A couple of minutes is really nice. You can also do this, I'm not going to today, but you can on your own do the sequence of stretching out one leg at a time, maybe a minute on each side, 2 minutes, or I know some of you love to stretch out both legs. This is just a beautiful, feels so good. I feel like I'm getting taller, longer. So it's this wonderful opening of the front body and the back, of course. It's like totally unwinding. Be there at least a few minutes. So I'm going to come out, but you can stay if you want. Always take your time. You can also just take the legs up in the air. This is kind of nice. Or if you have a wall, you can do legs at the wall. If you want to sort of test yourself, lift through the right leg and start to lower the left. Can you touch the floor? And up. And exhale, lift through the left, stretch the right, tap, and up. So there's lots of things you can do here. When you're ready to release, take your time, maybe do a full bridge, lifting up off of the block. Keep the knees aligned over the heels, lift upwards, shoulders, the arms kind of, the biceps turn out. Shoulders roll in toward one another. Feel it across the quads again. This helps to stabilize and strengthen the quads. This helps to stabilize the knees. After you've held for several minutes, lengthen, don't turn your head, just lengthen and lower. And once you're down, then you can. Okay, and you might want to do, we haven't done Happy Baby for a while. You might want to do Happy Baby. The knees come toward the armpits, heels over the knees, you just kind of round. It's also called dead bug. Good. And then a finishing twist. Okay, so I want you to do, how are we doing? Oh, perfect. So I want you to do your favorite finishing reclining twist for at least 12 breaths on each side, at least. Okay, so, or 2 minutes, a couple of minutes, okay? So take your time, even longer, okay, even longer. So you can do with both knees up, over, or straighten one leg and do that, okay? I'm going to do a straight leg and a knee bent for those of you who need refreshing. So remember, you move the hips toward the edge, just the hips. And the right leg will end up going right down the middle of your mat, which is what you want. And then the foot sits on top. And so when you come across into the twist, this right shoulder doesn't come up. And you're in a straight line, right down your midline, from your foot to your crown, heel to crown. And you can feel like you're gently turning on your axis. okay? And you exhale without lifting the right shoulder, breathe. And at some point, if it's comfortable, you can lift, turn from your chin or your ears and look over toward your right thumb, over your right shoulder. Once you're in the full pose, go for at least 12 breaths or a couple of minutes, okay, at least. Okay? Okay, and then you'll do the same on the other side. If you chose the other twist or another twist, that's fine. Do both on your own for a couple of minutes. And then when you're complete, I want you to come into relaxation. I'm going to leave you for about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so you can do the twist and then relaxation. This is where you really wish you had a bolster. So whatever Shavasana position you choose, and if it's cool, it's a little cool this morning here, you can cover yourself with a blanket. You don't want to cool down. You want to keep that warmth because your metabolism is still working really on your behalf, even though you are resting, but your metabolism and your systems are not. They are working on your behalf for you, okay? They're like little elves. Okay, so I want you to do that, and I'll be back, and we'll close together if you want, or you can, of course, just stay in Shavasana while I close the session. Okay, I'll be back. So you may not want to come all the way back from your relaxation, and that's okay. You can certainly stay there and just kind of hear me as your background white noise. Um, Traditionally, Shavasana should be longer, 5 minutes for each half hour of your practice. So it's often not that long in class sessions, but you can and should definitely take care of that yourself. So you can stay where you are. If you're ready to transition with me, that's okay. You can start to stretch and breathe and make it slow and wonderful. And, there's no rush. There's no rush. We rush so much, although many of us haven't had to give up rushing because of this shelter in place and we don't know what to do with ourselves. I mean, I always do, but I know some people are really kind of frustrated. But it's a good lesson, isn't it? So just stretch a little, and when you're ready, if you're ready, and even if you do this on your own, turn onto your side and rest with your eyes remaining closed. And I'm going to share Hafez. I heard God laughing, okay? And I will be posting copies of these poems. I thought this was a good one for today. It's called Silence. A day of silence can be a pilgrimage in itself. A day of silence can help you listen to the soul play its marvelous lute and drum. Is not most talking a crazed defense of a crumbling fort? Oh boy, I thought we came here to surrender in silence, to yield to light and happiness, to dance within in celebration of love's victory. And let us come together, or you can just listen and seal your own practice later with a namaste invocation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste, Om Shanti, peace to you. And let me see what the angels have to say to us in the heart cards, our little message for the day. Okay, here's the heart card. I'm not peeking. And, creativity. Okay, and the heart card. Be grateful for what you have, and more will come. So, creativity. How creative can you be? Maybe in silence. And be grateful for what you have, and more will come. So good health and much love to you. And I'll see you next week. Happy July 4th. If you're in the States, be well and wear a face covering, please, wherever you are. Wash your hands and stay 6 feet away from everybody, even if you love them. Bye. I'll see you soon.